In Sussex County, break out the cowboy boots. A country music festival could be coming to town, bringing thousands of people and thousands of dollars, but the proposal is not music to everyone's ears.
Plus, preserve the green, what a new green initiative may force some homeowners to do.
In Kent County, a closing plant in Canada means job openings in Dover. When the move will happen.
In Dorchester County, broken down and rusted over. One group plans to transform rundown railroads, but at what cost?
A flash flood warning for parts of Delmarva right now. I'll have a live look at radar and we'll talk weekend weather coming up.
Now, WBOC News at 6, Delmarva's news leader.
Some locals taking on the organizers of a music fest.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Hundreds are standing up against a proposed country music festival right here on Delmarva. From rundown to running again. One group looking to keep more tracks on the train or more trains on their tracks, where the group plans to put some old abandoned railways back in business.
Still watching these flash flood warnings that are up in some counties, including Sussex County, as we take a live look over Rehoboth Beach right now from our Boardwalk Plaza hotel camera. Dan says the storms will persist, but they will stop just in time for a beautiful weekend.
And watch out, because here they come. An invasive plant is taking over parts of Delmarva.
All aboard the Railroad Express, making miles of abandoned railways once again usable on Delmarva.
How one group plans to turn rundown tracks into an economic driver. That's next on WBOC News at 6. From the trunk of her car to wandering around in a cemetery, and now to the Sussex County Courthouse. It's day one of the trial for one of the accused in the case of the capture and carjacking of Margaret Smith. We've all heard the phrase, on the outside looking in. Well, how about inside looking out? We'll explain in tonight's Travels with Charlie.
And plenty of sunshine at the beach today. This is a live look over Rehoboth Beach from our Boardwalk Plaza hotel cam. Still some people out there. Mike says the sticky weather is making its way back to Delmarva. When it hits, coming up.
That's a good place to be tonight. And time to pick and choose. One day away from Maryland primaries, and one race has voters doing something they haven't done in more than 20 years. That story is coming up. Ocean City has a new fancy piece of equipment. We'll show it to you.
Right now, let's take a live look from a different Delmarva beach town, Rehoboth Beach, from our Boardwalk Plaza hotel camera this Tuesday evening. Dan says temperatures in the mid-90s on many parts of Delmarva today. It'll cool down significantly as soon as tonight.
And pressing play on a multi-million-dollar plan that's been on hold while people are pushing for a large sports complex. That story is next.
I'm tracking a line of thunderstorms on radar that's knocked out the power to a lot of folks in the mid-Atlantic tonight. I'll show you where they are and where they're headed coming up.
Part of a building collapses in Sussex County. The latest on what happened. And people are outraged why this officer attacked a woman along a highway. Well, it was the plane delayed 5 hours. All passengers want to be a part of it. How an annoying situation turned into a party. That story is coming up next on WBOC News at 10. They keep arriving and protests continue over where they should go. The crisis over the influx of undocumented immigrants. Deputy vindicated. A big decision in one courtroom today after a deputy shoots and kills a teenager. Well, for all those whose summer vacation involves flying, prepare to pay more, which fee U.S. airports are raising this time and why they're doing it. WBOC News at 10 will continue right after this. All are welcome to place their bids. DelDOT is looking for a contractor to fix some dangerous intersections on Route 113. How about finding some nice, quiet, and peaceful waterfront areas? It might be a challenge this time of year, but reporter Charles Paparella reminds us there is plenty to go around in tonight's travels.
A live look over Ocean City this evening. Plenty of people spending their 4th of July weekend out on the beach. We'll tell you just how many came to the resort town. That's coming up after the break.
And time for a teardown. The Capital School District says it wants Dover High demolished, and soon. Now it's looking for the best contractor to do the job. That story is coming up next.
People in one Delmarva neighborhood woke up to the sound of gunshots this morning. A state trooper is shot and a suspect is dead.
And panic due to mudslides. Why one family feared much more than just structural damage.
A babysitter and a 4-year-old girl rush out of a home when 2 males break in.
How this little girl ended up saving the day. That story's coming up next on the WBOC News at 10. A scary morning in one Delmarva neighborhood.
I was awakened by my little brother, and he said they heard a few gunshots in the house.
Those gunshots led to 1 man dead and a state trooper wounded. Well, beach season is upon us, and one nice way to relax is to open up a good old book. Reporter Charles Paparella suggests a summertime read in tonight's Travels with Charlie.
Still keeping an eye on storms rolling through. Here's a live look over Cambridge from our Hyatt Regency camera. Dan says once storms pass, the next couple of days are looking good.
And that nice weather is good news for athletes and fans in Ocean City. It is day 1 of Dew Tour. We'll take you to Ocean City after the break.